Hi there, Cindy Weber here. Happy to be your guide on your yoga practice today, focused on the five senses. Let's go ahead and find a tall, dignified seat, and then take some time to use your sense of sight to look around you at all of your possessions, all that you choose to surround yourself with. Noting colors, noting textures, maybe even noticing what really brings you joy in your surroundings. And once you've explored fully, close down your eyes. And we'll tune into our sense of hearing. Noticing the sounds that are close to you and those that seem further away. And now tune into your sense of smell. What are the odors around you? Perhaps you smell nothing at all. But just tuning in and checking in with it. No stories need to be created about any of your senses, but just noting. And now if you would, swallow and notice what you taste. Your last meal, cup of coffee you drank. And again, perhaps not tasting anything at all, but just taking the time to tune in and notice is what's valuable here. And now notice your sense of touch, whether your hands are up or down. You can perhaps notice the texture of the fabric beneath you. Perhaps you can feel air temperature on your skin. Maybe you're practicing in a breezy area. Just noticing what is around you. And now with awareness of all five senses, let's take a few moments to tune into our inner body and notice our breath. Breathing in, breathing out, the rising, the falling, the length of our breath, the depth, and just noticing the texture of your breath, if it's smooth or perhaps a little labored, or maybe it feels really relaxed. Again, no stories necessary, just noticing what's there. Bringing your awareness to it. Now, throughout your practice today, I invite you to stay tuned in to your five senses. And if it feels good to transition to all fours with eyes closed, you're welcome to do so. If you need to open your eyes, please do. And if you don't mind, just peek down at your hands. Be sure they're beneath your shoulders, knees beneath the hips, toenails relaxed on the mat. On your next inhale, lift your heart up, looking forward and slightly up. without straining the neck. As you exhale, round out your spine, nose towards your navel. And do one more centered cow and cat. And perhaps with eyes closed, you can tune into what's going on your internal body a little more. Make your next inhale a centered cow pose. As you exhale, stretch out the right side of your body, maybe even look under your right armpit. Float across your spine toward the left side, looking under left armpit. And then bend your elbows so that you can look up and circle around to the right again. And once you're back to that centered cow pose, let's circle the other way, rounding out our spine on the left, looking under left armpit, floating across to the right, looking under right, bending elbows so we can look up as we circle around in that cow stretch, and do two more of these, paying attention to your own body. And then make your way back to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under, pick your knees up, and pedal out your feet. Push one heel down toward the mat and then the other. And remember, we're all put together differently. Some of us, our heels will touch, others not so much. And you know what? It doesn't matter. Everybody is different. Turn your toes to the right and try pedaling one heel and then the other. Stretching the calves out at a little bit different angle. And then walk your toes to the left and do the same. And come on back to center and toe heel your feet forward until you find yourself near the top of your mat in a forward fold. Let your head drop down. Nod it yes, shake it no. Slide your fingertips up your shins for a flat back. Fold again, bend your knees, hands go just above your knees. Use your arm strength to bring you up. And if you have a bad back, use the arms every time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale back up. Little back bend if you want it, but do protect your low back by drawing in on your belly button and thinking tailbone down. Exhale, you may either dive down toward the floor, or again, if you're protecting your back, slide your hands down your legs. Let your head drop. Halfway lift. Fold again. Plant your hands and walk your feet back to find your first plank pose of the day. Lower all the way down, knees can come down first. And then bring your forearms to your mat and push yourself up into Sphinx pose. Take a tall inhale. As you exhale, reach your elbows back behind you and slowly let your heart come forward and then down to the mat. And you'll feel a lovely stretch in the lumbar spine. Hands slide back by your chest. Push the ground away on your inhale, baby cobra or a high one. As you exhale, move back into child's pose. Big toes can come together, knees wide. Let your head rest down. If it's not making it to the ground, don't worry about that either. You can either stack your palms, stack your fists, whatever feels comfortable to you. And I'd like you to direct your breath into your back body. So you feel your shirt rising up on the inhale and then your belly softening on the exhale. Next breath, make your way back up to all fours. Tuck your toes under and move into a downward facing dog. In this down dog, I'd like you to bend your knees and feel like someone's standing behind you, taking your hips up higher on the wall back there. And then look forward at your hands. From the outer ribs, pull on down to the hands. So you're being split in two here. That's what it feels like. Someone pulling your hands down toward the ground more. Someone pulling your hips up and back. Now walk your feet forward, please. Hang out in your fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Root your feet down to rise up or hands above the knees if you need that. Let your hands land together in front of your heart. Spread out all 10 toes and mindfully place them down. Shift your weight into your left foot and let your right knee start coming up. Foot is flexed, fingers and toes spread apart. Lean forward and reach that heel back behind you. And then set your toes down on the mat, coming up into a crescent lunge. Let your hands float down, framing the front foot. And I'm going to broaden my stance here so that I can set that back knee down and still have my front knee not go past my toes. Relax your back toenails on the ground and send your hips forward just a little bit more. And breathe. Now shift your weight back. Walk the hands back to nose to knee. And you can shift your weight a little further back, pulling the toes up off the ground rather. And then walk it forward and bring both hands to the inner foot as you heel toe that foot out. This is a good spot for a block if you have one. If not, you can come down onto that outside elbow. So the right elbow and then the left elbow come down, or maybe they don't. Paying attention. Maybe rocking side to side here in our lizard pose. Walk your hands back in. Heel toe that foot more towards center. Frame the foot with your hands. Tuck your back toes under. Pick the back knee up and bring that back foot forward. Let yourself have a fold here. Halfway lift. Fold again and then root down to rise up. Hands land in front of your heart. Close your eyes and just notice how your body is feeling here. With my eyes closed, I feel like I'm going to dip over a little bit because I feel like one side's stretched out more than the other, and perhaps you're noticing that as well. It's good to tune in with eyes closed. Hands go down to come up on the inhale, and on your exhale, either dive down or slide hands down legs. Halfway lift. Fold again. Root to rise. Come back up. Hamstrings are feeling a nice stretch. Pick up all 10 toes and spread them out wide and place them down. Shift your weight into your right leg, your left knee. Come on up. Spread the toes, spread the fingers to find stability. And then slowly tilt your body forward, reaching that heel back. And then setting it down so you're coming right into a lunge position, arms up for crescent lunge. And breathe. Float your hands down to frame your front foot. Step your back foot back a little more and then lower the knee down. And again, make sure that front knee doesn't go past your toes. If you think it will, just scooch them forward. Then send your weight forward so you're feeling that stretch through the hip flexor. And breathing here, letting go, maybe closing your eyes, feeling into the sensations, noticing them, breathing into them. And now walk your hands back towards your body, straightening out the front leg, nose down towards your knee. Shift your weight further back, toes peel up. And then walk the hands forward, bring both hands to the inside of your foot and heel toe that foot out toward the side. Just make sure knee and toes are going the same direction. And then lower down onto your outside elbow, the one furthest away from your foot, and then the other elbow if possible. And breathe once you've got your lizard pose. And we'll push the ground away with our next exhale. Heel toe that foot more towards center. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes under, pick the back knee up off the ground and bring that back foot forward. Take as many steps as you need to and then let your head drop down again. Halfway lift. Fold again, root to rise or hands above your knees to come up. Hands land in front of your heart. Spread out all 10 toes once again. Feeling our weight shifting into the left foot, let the right knee come up. Do that same move you did before, only this time let your hands reach forward. Warrior 3. Now set that back foot way down back there and come right into your Warrior 2. And once again, knee not going past the toes. Nice bend in the front knee, back leg straight. Take a look at your hand height as you look forward and back. Are they about the same height? If you can see yourself in the mirror, feel free to just try to hide that back hand. Flip your front palm, back hand down your back leg, leaning back into your exalted warrior. Stay here and breathe deep breaths into your left side body. Draw in on your belly button. Let the core strength bring you back to your Warrior 2. Taking a look beyond those front fingertips, take a tall inhale. As you exhale, bend your front elbow, rest your forearm on the inner thigh. Back hand reaches forward. If you get there and it bugs your shoulder, just swing that arm down and through, and you might find a little more freedom as you now breathe into your right side body. Draw in on the belly button, come back to your Warrior 2, straighten your front leg, reach to the front with your fingertips and your torso, and then take your left hand down, right hand up, opening up into triangle. It's better to stay high and open than to try and reach the ground and collapse, okay? We want to stay wide open in our triangle. Now draw in on your belly button, come back up, and turn your left heel forward. So all 10 toes pointing forward or slightly in, arms out wide. Inhale them up. Exhale, hands to and through your heart as you dive down to that space between your legs. Let your hands come all the way down and your head drop down. Hold on to opposite elbow and gently sway your upper body side to side, maybe bending into the knee that you're heading toward, as long as that feels okay on the knee. And then walk your hands to the right. Hang on to the outside of your ankle with your left hand and lift your right hand up for a beautiful twist. And breathe. If it hurts your neck to look up at your hand, look neutral or down at the ground. Float that hand down. Let's walk it the other way. Hang on to the outside of your ankle. Left hand goes up. Float that hand back down. If your eyes are closed, this transition will be really easy for you. I'm just going to turn my right foot to the rear wall. You're welcome to do the same, or if you think that's going to mess you up, feel free to step to the top of your mat and reposition yourself with your right foot forward. Come on up. Warrior 2 on this side. So my feet are perpendicular to one another. My heel is intersecting the arch of my back foot. Flip your front palm, lean back, exalted warrior. Take 3 deep breaths here, spreading out the ribs on the right side of your body. And then draw in on your belly button, coming back to Warrior 2. Take a tall inhale, look past your fingertips. As you exhale, come forward, Arm resting on inner thigh. If you get there and that arm feels weird, shoulder feels pinching, just circle that arm around. Now draw in on your belly button. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten your front leg, reach out with your fingertips and your torso, and then take your right fingertips to the inner calf. Opening wide here in triangle pose, staying wide open. Draw in on your belly button to stand up. Turn the right toes forward and then fold forward. Letting the head drop once again. We're going to pause here and do a little face yoga. Open your mouth wide, stick your tongue out, circle it around. Close your jaw part way down, slide your jaw right and left gently, forward and back. And then bend your knees, hands go above them to bring you up or root down to rise up. Palms touch above your head. Exhale, hands behind your back. Knuckles linked together, push them down as you lift your heart up. Draw in on your belly button and begin to fold forward, letting the hands come toward the front of the room. Paying attention to all of your senses, including what's going on inside the body. So sensing into your body. Now bend your knees, float your hands to your seat. Bring your torso about halfway up and relax your shoulders. Anything you've been hanging on to in life that you just want to let go of here, as you release your hands and allow them to dangle, let go of those thoughts or whatever it is that's holding you back from your best life. And then slowly make your way up. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And then fingertips dive down toward the ground once again. Heel toe your feet in and come to a comfortable tall seat with your legs outstretched before you. Inhale, arms up, flex your feet. Exhale, reach forward towards your toes, but let your hands land wherever they will. Draw the crown of your head towards your toes. Circle the shoulders, reach the arms forward. Lean back with the flat back until you can't anymore, then hollow out your spine. Squeeze the feet together. Inhale, hands to the ceiling. Exhale as they touch the ground above your head. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, peel your head and shoulders off the ground. You're coming back up and reaching for your toes. Come back up. Bend your knees this time. Arms reach forward, lean back with a flat back, and then begin to hollow out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, peel your head and shoulder blades off the ground as well as your right foot. Gonna do a little core work here. Take it back with your next exhale, keeping the foot where it is. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, back up you come. Take your foot to the side and make 3 circles with it. If this gets hard, just put one hand behind your leg. You can do it. And then 3 the other way. Bring your knees back together. Say goodbye to that foot as you go back with your exhale. Then inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands up. As you exhale, peel your head and shoulder blades and your left foot off the ground. If you get stuck, just use the legs to bring you up and then take it right back down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, back up. Take your foot to the side, point the toes, tracing 3 circles each direction. Knees come back together when you're done. Say bye-bye to that foot as you head back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, peel your head, shoulder blades, both feet off the ground as you rise up into a high boat pose. Now, see if you can drop your right toes down, and if you need to, hang on to your legs, but just elongate your spine. Touching our toes to the ground. And then squeeze, oh, one more. And then squeeze your feet together and take both sets of toes down and up, down and up. One more. And now if you want a little more, you can take the legs up high, maybe even separate them into a wide V, back together and down on your back you go. Ooh, hug those knees in, gently rock your body side to side. And then feet come down to the mat, close to your bottom, pushing to the ground, lifting your seat up. If you'd like, try linking your fingers together under your back, maybe even tucking under one shoulder and the other. This is just to stretch out our abs, so breathe deeply down into your belly. 3 deep breaths. And then slowly release your hands and lower down one vertebrae at a time. Take your right leg up, one hand behind your knee, left leg long. And let your nose come up and meet your knee. And then switch. And then hug both knees in, rock it side to side. Let your torso be still and say no with your head, just turning it side to side. Make sure we didn't give any neck tension today. And then take that right leg back up again. Ankle finds knee. Reach through the window you made and hug that knee in. Gently rock your upper body side to side. So recline pigeon. If you'd rather do a pigeon with your leg forward and you're down on the ground, feel free to do that. And then switch out legs. Rocking if you like. And remember, if you think of it, to flex that foot that's closest to you. That'll help stretch out the IT band. Good. Now keep hold of your right knee as you stretch your left leg long. Rest your foot on the top of your left thigh and take that right knee all the way across your body. Reach away and look away. Make sure this is okay on your back. And then if it's all right, float your hand up above your head and down toward your bottom, opening up that shoulder. Arm goes back out to the side until your shoulder comes back down to the ground. Once it's down, take 5 deep breaths into your low back. And then on to your back you go. Hug both knees in once again, gently rocking. Keep the left knee, stretch the right leg long on the ground. Set your foot on top of your thigh and then take that knee across your body. Reach your left hand away as your gaze looks towards your fingertips. Maybe float that hand up above your head and down towards your bottom. And then reach back out to the side, getting that left shoulder blade to come back down. And take 5 deep breaths into your low back here. And after 5, return onto your back. Hug those knees in once more, gently rocking. And then releasing both feet down to the mat. Take your feet wide toward the edges of the mat. That's if you don't have any back pain. If you're here, just let your feet fall open to the sides. If you do tend to have back pain or it really shows up in Shavasana like it does for me, just walk your feet in and let your knees drop together. Or if you're working on hip opening, place the soles of your feet together and let your knees flare out wide. Palms up, arms either out wide or closer to you, whatever feels right. Make sure your neck is long, shoulders relaxed. It's time for Shavasana. So while you're lying there, let your attention be brought back to your breath. Breathing in and out. And then come back to your 5 senses. And we'll start with that sense of feeling, that sense of touch. What are you feeling right now? The air, your skin against the mat, the floor beneath you. Just noticing that sense of touch. And then swallow if you would. And tune in to your sense of taste. Next, we turn our attention to our sense of smell. And then tune into your sense of hearing. What is it you hear close by, far away? And then with eyes still closed, what do you see behind your eyes? If you'd like to slowly open them, looking at the ceiling, feel free to do that as well. Just noticing, without turning your head, what is. Close your eyes down again, and on your next inhale, lift your arms up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, feel them find the ground above your head. Stretch your legs out long. Next inhale, stretch out both arms, both legs, making your body as long as you can. Exhale, relax. Next inhale, right side of your body, right hand, right foot. And on the exhale, relax. Next inhale, left side body. Stretch as long as you can, and then exhale, relax, and then do both again. Fingertip to toe tip. How long can you make yourself? Exhale, relax. Now walk your feet in towards your bottom and gently drop your knees side to side, side to side. And then let your body tell you which side it would prefer to float off onto. And once it does, know that your arm is waiting as your pillow for your head. And pause there for a couple of comfortable breaths. And then if it's okay with you to keep your eyes closed, using your hands to push your way up to a comfortable seat. And just let your hands return to your legs, either thumbs down or thumbs up. Finding that tall, dignified posture. Someone standing behind you, lifting the crown of your head up. And then relax and let your hands float together in front of your heart. Pause here to notice the beating you feel under your thumbs. Take a tall inhale. As you exhale, bow to yourself for taking time for you. And know that the greatest gift of the garden is the restoration of the 5 senses. Namaste, my friends. Thank you for joining me in this practice. Take your time getting up and keep your senses awake at all times.